Hi everyone, welcome to AltVR. AltVR is a non-gaming VR YouTube channel, so this means that we're interested in alternative and experimental applications in virtual reality. Now, for us, this often involves looking at art. One of the first videos that we actually ever uploaded here on YouTube was on the Museum of Other Realities, which is this grand, awesome museum of sort of reality-defying art. And yeah, if you're interested in this, by the way, we have an interview with Samuel Arsenal Brossard, where we went through this museum for about 2 hours discussing possibilities of architecture and of just everything. But in this episode, we're going to take a look at another approach, which is more traditional art, but presented through a virtual museum. So this is the Kremer Collection Art Museum, or something like that. So basically it's a Dutch guy who has an awesome art collection, I think, who has made this museum so that people actually can experience his collection in virtual reality. And it's really well made. The photogrammetry, I'm not... photograph? Anyways, the art, the art pieces themselves look really, really good. And in terms of architecture, this is also a very interesting piece. It's definitely stylish. I'm not sure if it's entirely my taste in the same way as the Museum of Other Realities, but it's more like science fiction, perhaps slightly snobby. There is a lot of gold, and you get to have some golden HTC Vive controllers if that's the way you experience this application. So yeah, this is a really well-made application. If you like the old Dutch masters, then this is definitely something that you want to check out. So let's go into the Kremer Collection VR Art Museum and check this out. Okay, so there's definitely some interesting architecture here. It's the same at all sides, sort of spherical. We have these different paths that we can take into the museum. I also enjoyed the sky, that it's sort of a painting, probably referenced on something. But yeah, it looks cool, definitely. Also has this sort of standard space skybox, so I guess this is sort of located nowhere in the midst of the virtual. Now, let's see here. There's a play button. Yeah, okay. These Vive golden controllers look way cooler than I actually thought they would. This is a really nice shader. Definitely want one of those, even though I can't see it in real life. I guess the virtual version is better. Okay, let's see. Okay, so
Welcome.
use the trackpad.
My name is George Kremer, and together with my wife Elone, I would like to welcome you to the Kremer Museum VR, the first virtual reality museum in the world.
You will be able to enjoy more than 70 works of Dutch and Flemish masters of the 17th century, such as Rembrandt, Frans Hals, Albert Cuyp and Pieter de Hoog.
Some works will have an icon. By selecting this icon, you will find our curators discussing that specific work, sometimes even in person.
Our architect, Johan van Lierop, came up with a fabulous design. We hope you agree.
Please come in. We hope you will enjoy this experience.
Alright, nice introduction. The flat thing actually kind of works, even though it wasn't 3D or any depth. Yeah, these look so good. Okay, I should get going. Yeah, the first thing I'm thinking of, and I don't really mention this a lot because it's just such a common problem, is of course teleportation, right? I don't really enjoy teleporting in virtual games. I especially like the free floating, and again I'm always comparing this to Museum of Other Realities already, but the navigation there is perfect. It's just this gentle floating, and you can go up and down, and of course that makes sense in the sort of because the art pieces aren't always located at the bottom floor, but yeah, I really wish people adopt this more often. But let's check out the artworks. Yeah, okay, immediately you see the clear detail, right? As I teleported close to that, you can really sort of stick your head close to it and see all the amazing details. So this is looking promising already. There's a lot of roosters, etc. in paintings. I think probably the artist chose those because of the intricate patterns. It probably was a challenge for them when they got bored. Looks really good though. Yeah, so you can also see that the museum is wholly spherical or circular around there, so there is really no reference point. That may be a benefit, that you sort of don't know how much you have left and how much you've traveled, and that you sort of don't look at it like this completion, how much you actually have seen of the museum, and just that you can focus on each individual piece. But I don't necessarily like that they're not mounted to the wall, because the frame sort of acts as a frame, of course, but also the wall. And when it's basically pushed forward from the wall, it doesn't, yeah, it's kind of cool because it makes it look more virtual, but I'm not sure if I enjoyed that much. But it does look good. This looks really good. Apart from the gold, makes it look a bit snobbish, but that's kind of cool as well. One thing I've been thinking about, you see here, when I move my head, that you can see the light reflection in the paintings. And this was why I was sort of hithering, like, is this photogrammetry or is it photographs? Because there is this depth, right? And I wonder if they just use a shader that is replicating sort of the material that it's painted on, or if there is actually some depth in the various strokes. I think it may just be a shader, but it definitely looks really good instead of it being merely flat, that you get this textured feel at the photograph themselves. Yeah, okay, so we have a gift shop coming, sure. Maybe they just didn't know what they would have at these various points. Yeah, okay, here we see again that this is really high quality. This is a beautiful painting as well. Let's hear something.
Pieter de Gebber was a pioneering exponent of the Haarlem classicists, a group of artists who have often been unjustly overshadowed by other history painters, notably Rembrandt and his school. From an early age, de Gebber was exposed to the classicizing trends that were being introduced into Dutch art by his tutor, the great Hendrik Goltzius.
Yeah, okay, this one too looks really creepy. I wonder what's the story behind this thing.
During the 1640s and 1650s, Van Loo was one of Amsterdam's leading figure painters, painting portraits, genre pieces, and biblical and mythological scenes such as the present. In 1660, Van Loo settled in Paris, where he became a member of the Académie and the progenitor of a family of artists.
Alright, yeah, I'm not going to show you every single of these paintings because I think that they should be experienced in VR, and if you can buy the full edition to this, and also just support the continued development of this or whatever investments they've made into it, I think it costs about $10 at Steam. So if this is your kind of thing, then you can go and buy this, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Alright everyone, that was it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this. I think this costs about $10 at Steam. So if you want to check this out in the full version with all the paintings, then you can go into the description and find the Steam link
that we do here, try to show you VR non-gaming experiences, then please click subscribe to the channel and also click the notification bell so that you'll get updated when we release new content. Thank you.